You're clicking for the truth at the edge of the day. Smartest crowd in the room, typing sharp in the dark. Every clue gets a name, every lie gets marked. And the chat starts to hum like a wire in rain. One more case, one more call, pull the veil again. LolCow crypt, say it like a prayer. LolCow crypt, we need you there. LolCow crypt, brains in the mist, morning podcast, midnight twist. The glass and the shadows thin. You still want that chill, wanna stare back in. LolCow crypt, say it like a prayer. LolCow crypt, we need you there. LolCow crypt, smartest souls I know. Morning show in the afterglow. LolCow crypt, don't let it slip. We keep that strange light lit.
Wow! Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, you old knucklehead McGee's. It's nice to see you. My name is
Your gain is
Richard Dreyfuss.
massively high gain.
Is it really bad?
Just turn it down a little bit.
You shut it down a little bit.
A little bit.
Richard
How's that?
Dreyfuss.
Test. Better.
Better.
All right. No, we went out last night to the motion picture show, Jordy. Now he's saying you can't hear me. God damn it. No, it's too loud. We went out. I was having a very unproductive day yesterday after Crypt, and I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to the movies. And I go to the website, and I see at the bottom they're showing Close Encounters for some reason that night.
At Toad UK 8,391 super chatted $13.52. Just a quick uplifting dono for all of you, especially Wings. Things will get better as fundamentally you're a good man. Jaffe is great. Tech I am no fan, however he runs good shows.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, buddy. We appreciate the kickoff of the super chats. Very generous, very kind. Thank you, Toad. But we go see Close Encounters last night. Neither of my kids had seen it. Tech had not seen it. I saw it when I was 6 years old when it first came out, and to see it back was out last time. That's the first time I saw it. I'd seen probably once or twice over the last 50 years. And, but I remembered it. I mean, it burned into my brain. It inspired a sequence in God of War. It was one of my favorite movies. And it was so cool to see that again last night on the big screen. And I had showed the kids, Nolan's Interstellar about a month ago, and they were all like, I'm bored. We turned it off halfway through. I love Interstellar, not Interstellar.
Hit the gain down a little bit more.
I love Interstellar. But what's the one? Inception. So I was like, well, I'm glad they're here, but I doubt they'll like it. And all three of them really liked it. I was really thrilled. You liked it, right, Tech?
Oh, it was fantastic. Great movie.
Yeah.
The ending scene has to be awesome in a theater setting, though. I never experienced that where they're playing like the music to talk to the aliens.
It was very, very cool. It was very, very cool. And then it wasn't the special edition. The special edition came out in '78, where Dreyfuss actually goes into the spaceship. But it was kind of just a bunch of lights and shit. It wasn't that special, but yeah, it was neat, man. And now with all the UFO stuff and the disclosure stuff coming down, it's kind of cool to see that again, and then to kind of turn back and Disclosure Day is coming next month, so it's a good double feature. I'm super into movies at the moment because I'm giddy that the Master of the Universe reactions have been incredibly positive. Everybody's coming out saying it's fun, it's cheesy. Brian May from Queen is on the soundtrack as a key part. To me, it sounds like Flash Gordon, but the Mandalorian reviews have been shit. It's like sitting at a 56 on Rotten Tomatoes, but the Master of the Universe sounds pretty good. So I'm in a movie mode today, my delightful friends. But I hear you're not having a good day. Somebody said you went on to what's that goddamn show called with Tommy C and the Bat Lady?
I didn't go on it. He came to me.
Oh, well, what does that mean? But you were on his show.
I was in here getting my camera and everything set up and like
Yeah.
looking up stuff for the show and whatever, and they jump in here and put me on the show.
Okay.
So like it wasn't my choice.
So what was going on? Because people were like, "Oh no, I mean, I'm assuming this is public because you were talking about it, and people were like,
It was
"Don't
like
worry."
30 seconds, Jaffe. It was nothing.
Yeah, it was nothing.
All right. Well, never mind. Jodie Foster's Contact is amazing. It is. It's a fucking amazing show, movie, motion picture. Win Kelly says Monica Lewinsky. Thank you so much for that.
So we're probably gonna have to talk about this.
Oh, on this show? All right, we'll go. Run. I got to eat my toast.
Well, what everybody's referring to is there's supposedly a divorce arc happening right now, and that's not true in the slightest. I was streaming last night, getting my butt kicked by somebody on Wu Chung Fallen Feathers, and Kelly comes screaming like I'm going to my mama's, and I mute the phone, or the microphone here, and people automatically assume it's my fault that she's going to her mama's, and what was actually happening was her mother's fighting with somebody in their church group, and she was actually going to go over and confront her in the middle of the night. And Kelly's mother has been debilitated by diabetes, and like she can't really see out of one eye and the other eye's kind of going, so she shouldn't be driving in low light conditions to begin with. So Kelly's over here having a full-on panic attack, and we live like 45 minutes away. So like she's crying and like she wants to go to her mother, and I'm like, you're just gonna risk deer and everything to go to your mother and things like that. And it's like, your sister lives right there across the way. Well, that little bit of like crying aggression that my stream picked up, people thought first they blamed me for it, and second they thought it was something big. So like all my little, I don't even know what to call them, detractors, decided to start spam calling her mother, and like her sister picked up, and I don't know what she said to him, but like that's what it actually is. There's nothing about it. Kelly's in the other room. Everything's fine.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
it. It's in as everything. That's the 100% truth. There's nothing else to it.
So it was nothing.
Yeah, guess
Yeah,
not.
so nothing happened. All right. Fuck you guys, the tractors, whatever you call it. You're fucking boring. You guys are fucking losers. Oh, I heard 2 seconds of an audio clip, and now I've devised. I understand the entire lifetime of this guy.
Well, this guy in the chat just dropped super chat. Jaffe Respergoo wanted to bring your attention to there's a 24/7 stream with best Wings clips. This is to watch Mr. Wings while studying. Okay. I thank you for the super chat though. We appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know, man. I have been here, I don't know, a little on and off over a year. I've still not really understood. I had one of those guys call into my show Friday, and I was just like, oh, well, let me ask this guy point blank, what's the deal? And it was really strange because he wasn't, in my opinion, able to articulate any real issues. He kept saying, there's this, and I'm like, oh, that sounds terrible. Go to the police. And he's like, well, I'm not going to the police. I want to show you the evidence. And I'm like, I'm not a lawyer.
He's not going to go to the police. One, because I've done nothing.
Well, that's right. That's
about.
Right. So then I'm kind of like, okay, so let's assume for the moment you have
And
nothing.
The second point.
Yeah.
He's done plenty the police will care about to me. So like him going to the police means he has to have a paper trail, and he's never going to do that.
Oh, I see. So what do you think is wrong with him? I mean, why do you think he's so?
I don't know.
Like,
I can't understand it, man. Like, and it's not just him. It's a group of people that he just happens to be the mouthpiece for.
At Nicole super chatted $9.99. I was watching Cafe. I just want Wings to know that Tommy didn't know any of that.
Nicole, thank you for the $10. And I'm not holding Tommy anything against Tommy. Like, I should be in a better mood than I am. But like,
At Amazing Maisie super chatted
I'm just over it.
$10. My ex-boyfriend called me in the middle of the because he wants to have lunch and introduce me to his new GF. Her name's Rain, so naturally I asked if her parents are hippies. Was that mean of me?
No, you're on the up and
No,
up.
it's why do you want to? Are you? I assume you're in good with your ex-boyfriend then, because that's weird. Unless it's like my relationship with my ex, but
You're
that's
cutting
good. That's
into
good.
Wings time, Jaffe. Go ahead, Wings.
What do you mean?
Shut the
What do you
fuck
mean
up.
cutting my time?
Shut
It's
the
fine.
fuck
I'm
up.
good.
It's a
I've said everything.
It's a conversation. I'm responding to Amazing Maisie's super chat.
I'm
Yeah,
over wondering why her ex-boyfriend's calling her to tell her about his new girlfriend.
Yeah, I don't understand. I will go ahead, Wings. Continue your story that you're
I didn't
clearly
have
weren't. No. Oh, yes, you were, because Tech knows you weren't done.
What was I talking? Like, you were talking about the guy calling into you.
Oh yeah. I always like to think I can connect with anyone, even if I disagree and we have real fundamental disagreements. But there are some people where I've only encountered about 6 of these people. I don't think it means they're sociopaths. I don't know what it means, but it's not that. But it's like there's just no one home. It's like, dude, I'm talking to you. I hear what you're saying. I'm asking you this question. And this particular individual was so myopic. And I was just like, dude, okay, I hear you. What about this? And it's like, I'm reading my script. I cannot deviate from the script I have to read. I won't have a real conversation with you. So I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you.
And they want to have that conversation 15 times. I've been dealing with this going on 10 years now. I've never got anything but that same standard line of conversation. It's like a prisoner of war repeat their name and where they're from.
I can't hear you. Hang on.
Super chatted $10. Humans suck. That's the reason I study other primates.
Thank you, Melissa. You goddamn right they do. What were you saying, Wings? You were saying that
it's like they're almost like you're almost like a prisoner of war where the guy's told to like repeat his last name and his rank and nothing else.
Oh, right. That's all they do. But you know what? It's people in general. I went on a blocking binge last night on the LolCow Discord. I went in there and I don't know what I was talking about. I was just responding to somebody who mentioned my name, as I am wont to do. And then, people started coming at me with some of the same shit. And at first I started arguing and having fun. And then I'm like, I don't know which one of these people to take serious, but some of them are just such.
At Spiderman75 super chatted $9.99. Recently watched Fast Times at Richmond High and Dazed and Confused. Some of the best coming of age movies out there, wouldn't you agree?
I only saw Dazed and Confused once. I love the shit out of Ridgemont High, especially because all the action's on the other side of the mall. And I also, those are great. Girl Next Door is pretty fucking good too. But yeah, Ridgemont High is fucking the shit. Welcome to Band World. Laura is okay. You goddamn right she is. Don't fuck with her. She's okay, you sons of bitches. Leave her alone. Thank you, Laura is okay. And then Jesse Jingle. My son graduates today. High school. Love you, Crip fellas. Aw. As we go on, we'll remember that our lives
is a sad song.
I know. Oh yeah. Remember that? The Vitamin C song.
Mm-hmm.
I love that song. Makes me cry.
At Belly and Blue 13 super chatted $9.99. Wings, I genuinely watch your excuses for things like kicking the dog kennel and slapping your wife's hand. I loved watching you when I was growing up, but your anger and apathy is concerning.
That's for you, Wings.
Well, kicking the dog kennel was my bad, but I was frustrated. But slapping my wife's hand, I didn't really slap her. I literally pulled her hand off the steering wheel and it just made a skin-on-skin sound. Like, it makes a skin-on-skin sound. There's no hurting or anything like that. And it was mainly because she was in the middle of road rage, and I'm like, dude, don't blow the horn. Stop blowing the horn. It's not coming from a place of malice.
But yeah, congratulations to your son, though. That's a big deal. You going to miss him? Is he going to move out? He's going to go to college? That's tough. I'm so glad my kids stayed close so far. I mean, Sarah went to Vegas for a while, but it's nice when the family stays close. But, they got to go adventuring. They got to go have adventures. I get that. But so far, none of them want to move to New York City or something. So, although I love New York City. Anyway, the point is,
also say I didn't really kick the dog kennel. I shook it.
Gotcha. Just when I was thinking of maybe becoming a pay pig, turned into a hug box. Look, let the man have a down day, elite zombie player. He's been going through it.
Elite zombie player, man. Like, I understand that you think that you're the hardest person on this fucking planet, that you can walk through the hell and the rain and spit fucking nails out your mouth. But you've never actually dealt with adversity. You don't know what it's like to have thousands of people fucking with you at any given moment. You don't know what it's like to have 25 concentrated people trying to rip your life apart every single day. So shut the fuck up.
Also,
seriously.
Elite Zombie Player, you were never going to pay pig. You have never donated to the channel. You're on a free gifted membership. Shut the fuck up. I was going to pay pig. No, you weren't, pussy. Fuck you. I look at your fucking, I can see the channel history. All you do is say L Wings, W Jaffe, L Wings. Like, all right, pussy. We get it. You don't like wings.
Why are you here?
Well, to hate, and to say W Jaffe.
You remember where you're talking about, like, you couldn't understand why these people, there was nothing there of substance? Exact same personality here.
Gotcha.
Their existence is to watch somebody else have a train wreck.
Well, do you ever think about not having a train wreck publicly and maybe they'll go away?
I've been trying that for years.
And how's that working?
You see the result.
Yeah, but you keep publicly talking about it, right?
I mean, like, there's periods where I publicly talk about it, like right now, but like, there's literally weeks in between this and that. And it gets to the point where it's like, I try to vent, but like, I get tired of venting to people because I feel like I'm a burden to them. Good night.
Therapy. Anyway, now, because you pay a therapist to listen to your shit, I wouldn't want to be a therapist. You have to have a therapist if you're a therapist. Like, it's part of the whatever their version of the bar association or the medical license or whatever. You cannot be a therapist unless you have a therapist, which makes sense. Which fucking makes sense. Can you imagine listening to all that shit all day? Listen, my dear friends, my dear delightful friends, what are we going to be talking about on today's show? We already talked about the movies, so yay for the goddamn cockadoodie Masters of the Universe. There's a man, an entrepreneur, who's bought up 80 Pizza Huts. Do you see this? And he's turning them all back into old school classic Pizza Huts with the red roofs and the deep dish pans and the red cups and the Tiffany lamps. I'm excited.
How wealthy is this man?
I don't know. I didn't look.
He bought 85 of them, did he not?
He bought 80 of them.
Yeah, 80 of them. Yeah. So like he's got pretty deep pockets. He's going to need them because the reason that they moved on from that model is because it doesn't work.
I don't know about that. My understanding is the reason a lot of these companies have moved on from, at least if we're talking about the decor, it's to sell their buildings for the real estate. Or what model are you talking about?
The sit down buffet model. Like there's been a few hanging on to it.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it just doesn't make long-term fiscal sense. Like you sell the high-end items and that's it. That's why Ford moved on from cars. They only sell like trucks and SUVs.
Blue 13 super chatted $9.99. Wings, do you not take any responsibility for what has happened? You're rude to people and beg for money, but you brag about no debt. Your anger has put you here. You went from throwing controllers to this.
I don't know. There's nothing to respond to there.
Thank you for your money. Do you think, because here's his thesis. I'm sorry, you caught me. Here's his thesis. His thesis is that society has changed, though, and people are looking for that third space again where they can go and they can sit and enjoy being together. So let's assume you're correct in that that business model didn't work anymore. things change and business models do come back in vogue. Do you think he's right with his thesis, or you think he's still going to fail?
I think he's going to fail, and here's why. Chili's and Applebee's and TGI Fridays and Ruby Tuesdays, they're all similarly a sit-down restaurant with a family aesthetic.
Yeah.
They sell alcohol though, so they get to sell an item at a huge markup. Alcohol,
Okay.
soda, these are where a lot of places make their money.
Okay.
And TGI Fridays, it was failing if it hasn't failed already. I haven't checked up on it lately.
You know,
Ruby Tuesdays, I think, is just straight gone.
Yeah,
Applebee's is on the brink of bankruptcy, and Chili's is the only one that actually doing well right now. But Chili's doing well is more along the lines of like everybody else fucking up with their pricing, and how like food is consoled into like certain things. Like, why would I pay $12 for a Wendy's burger when I can go get a sit down burger at a nice restaurant for 13 or 14? Right? Like that's the Chili's model right now. Like, oh, we're just the same price as the fast food burger. Come sit down and enjoy time with your family. And like people are doing that, and Chili's happens to be the one that's winning out because of it. Pizza Hut already is a market that he probably got these buildings cheap. He probably got all them cheap. I'm using air quotations cheap. They're probably very still expensive, but cheap because Pizza Hut's struggling right now, and they're probably willing to sell a lot of locations because they're shutting down locations and they're trying to get money any way they can. Most of it might be like, well, let's just sell the real estate or these buildings. And they can't sell alcohol, or they don't have an alcohol license. I don't think they can have one based on like franchisees' rights and stuff like that. And once the nostalgia wave wears off, it's just going to be an empty building with expensive pizza.
Man, maybe they should just do pop-ups then. But I mean,
overhead.
Well, there is a clear longing for not. I don't mean just the nostalgia, because nostalgia is always there for whatever generation you grew up in. But I think there is a clear longing for some kind of return to what has been missing in the last 20 years. I mean, you see it with people with their physical media, their desire to go back to that. You see it with the
red hats.
What's a red hat?
Like the MAGA hats. Like that's how Donald Trump's whole platform is, like make America great again and stuff like that. Because people long for like some magical realm where America was great.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, you're mixing two things up. There's the racist dog whistle of let's go back to the 50s, and the misogynist dog whistle where men were men, women stayed in the kitchen, and the black people came in through a different entrance. Although that was the 50s and 60s. Tragically, that's what I think a lot of Trump's voters, not all of them, but a lot of them are responding to. I'm talking about the incredibly cool, wonderful onslaught of new technology that has changed our world. Everything from the smartphone, just streaming movies, to just the internet and social media and whatnot. It's been wonderful, but it has come at the cost of that third space, as people call it. And I think people are longing for that connection in some way, but I don't know who's going to be the guy with the money or the girl with the money that figures out how to do it in a way that is lucrative for them to bring something like that back.
Like, I hear what you're saying, Jaffe, but like in my head, I'm like, all right, so like the jukebox at that Pizza Hut is going to be one that connects to like Apple Music or Spotify, so it has an unlimited library of music.
BB_Phil super chatted $11.73. Tommy and I are getting Taco Bell in Germany for the first time ever. They're opening 3 stores, Stuttgart, Frankfurt, close to Tommy, and Cologne. What's their best product we should look out for?
The Mexican pizza.
I like the Doritos Locos Taco. But like the jukebox is going to be connected to Spotify or Apple Music. The people are going to sit at the table and look at their iPhone and read Reddit and Facebook and TikTok while they ignore each other at the table. What really is happening here is the father or the mother in this situation wants their kids to have an experience that they had. They want the experience of like, hey, when I was a child, I read a book in school and I got a personal pan pizza from Pizza Hut, and we went ahead and ate the Pizza Hut buffet, and we drank Pepsi Cola out the red cups. Right? That's the experience they want them to have. They want to share an experience they enjoyed in their life there, but that's only going to last 1 or 2 visits before they just like, all right, let's just take it back home and watch Netflix.
Okay, so my question though is, do you think You know, there's a lot because I was a kid who came up in the mom and pop era of video stores. Blockbuster, I was already a young adult, but there's a lot of people, 90s kids that have nostalgia for Blockbuster and some 2000s, early 2000s kids. Do you think that could have been anything where they were with their family and feeling safe or with their friends and feeling safe? And so today's young generation will look back fondly of like, it was so fun to go over to Frank's house and we would spend half the night just looking for something to watch on Netflix. Like, will anything do for nostalgia as long as you are in a decent enough place in your life and you're young?
I mean, like, I don't know if this is answering your question, but like to me, like nostalgia is like a shot of endorphins. It's nothing more than that. It's like when you buy a $70 game after they've remastered it and it's like, oh, this is fun. But then you just let it sit in the catalog for a long time. Like you don't play it every day. You don't go back to it. You go that one time and like people sold you that nostalgia hit.
Yeah, no, I get that. All right. So you don't believe, it sounds like you don't believe nostalgia is healthy.
It's healthy. It's fun. But at the same time, it's not a business model I'd put a good portion of my wealth into. Like, for example, you brought up Blockbuster as an example, or movie galleries, like one of those near my house. Yep. Do you think those places work now? Like if somebody was like, oh, let's go rent movies.
I think they do work and they can work as a small experience for people looking for the nostalgia. I don't think they work as anything other than that, though.
Do you think somebody can feed their family off of people wanting to rent movies?
I think someone can. I think people can and do feed their family off nostalgia all the time, but you have to still have something that is repeatable and is also a good product in its own right. And I don't think renting movies would be it. But I certainly think, I mean, look, right now, all Hollywood is living off nostalgia because they don't want to spend any money on anything new. But you know, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, they take bad risks. Like Oppenheimer, for example, is a great movie, right? Yeah. Won Oscars, everything. But like they made it for IMAX. Why? It's 95% talking.
Well, because the guy who directed it, I think weren't we talking about
Christopher Nolan?
Yeah. Because it's the same reason they gave him the money to make Inception. Because artists want to express themselves the way they want to express themselves. Movie studios just want to make money, right? So Nolan comes in and says, yeah, I'll make you a third Batman, but I want to be able to make Inception. And that was how he got to make Inception, right? Which otherwise they wouldn't have funded. So my guess is with Oppenheimer, he's like, yeah, I'll make you a big Oscar bait movie for the summer. Not a problem. But I want to shoot it in IMAX because that's my jam. That's probably why. Because I agree. I haven't seen an IMAX movie in 8
I'm just saying, because you got to shoot in a certain format to put it in an IMAX movie, right? Like, so it's more costly.
And Odyssey, which we saw the trailer for last night, the whole movie was shot with IMAX cameras. So
but that makes more sense because there's a lot of action in the Odyssey, though. You know, there's the Cyclops, there's the fight with the giants, there's the whole siege of Troy. Like, there's a lot of action that would be fun. That would be an IMAX setting, but like something like Oppenheimer didn't need to be an IMAX movie.
What do you think about the Odyssey if it starred the cast of Saved by the Bell?
It'd be better than the cast they currently have.
And Mr. Belding was the Cyclops.
At Happy Solitude 2422 super chatted $10. I was watching an interview with Jeremy Corbell and he said that as of 4 days ago there have already been 500 million views of the released UFO files. I'm going to watch The Sleeping Dog doc tonight.
So thank you first off for the very generous super chat. We appreciate it. So yeah, there's a lot of interest in it. And apparently the U.S. alien government website, which is where they're going to be putting more of this stuff, has also been getting a lot of hits, even though nothing's there yet. So I am very curious about the new drop of files, which are apparently supposed to be pretty pretty dramatic, especially compared to the last ones, which were just kind of okay. So yeah, man, I'm with you. I haven't seen Sleeping Dogs yet. I definitely want to see that. I haven't seen Age of Disclosure. The problem with that
Ato Oi2 super chatted $9.99. Hollywood has lost its creativity and has ran out of unique ideas, and that's why there's so many remakes and reboots.
I'll answer. But the problem with the UFO movies is by the time they come to a movie, it's usually already old news. And it also makes me wonder. It's like if you really care about disclosure and you've got some amazing footage, I get everybody has to eat, but it starts to feel like a grift where it's like, oh, you have to come see my movie if you want to see that. It's like, I don't know about that. Yeet. Thank you so much. I got a sneeze coming on. Take it, Jordy.
Yeah, I got you. I don't think Hollywood has lost its creativity or ran out of unique ideas. I think there's a lot of unique ideas running out in Hollywood, but they're afraid of them. And they're afraid of them because movies have ballooned into this massive undertaking where it costs hundreds of millions of dollars to create what people consider a proper movie nowadays. The bar has been raised so high.
The Turk super chatted $10. Genius for putting wings on Crypt with the guys. The dynamic topics, the regressing or refocusing back to the topic when people want to derail through a donation. I see the irony in mine with this, rolling on the floor.
Thank you, Remo the Turk. Thank you for being a good friend, man.
Thanks, Remo.
But like they've set the bar so high in Hollywood for what people consider is a AAA movie that it's actually started to bite them in the butt. And gaming is the same way. Like there used to be AA games, AAA games. There used to be a middle market where it was like, double A plus, like the medium budget game where like they would give a studio a medium budget and they would put a game out that didn't have the greatest graphics, didn't push physics, used a pre-existing engine, but they made a lot of really fun games in that market. And that market's dead now. You either do games for the cheap or you go $200 million, right? There's no in between. There's no more medium budget movies. There is, in an extent, right? Obsession recently came out with low budget to no budget. Jason Blum has made a career out of making like low budget horror films that look amazing because of the camera technology and stuff like that. But where like things like horror kind of like thrive in, action movies have just fallen off. There's no middle budget action movie. There's no middle budget Odyssey. There's nothing like that that's designed to just like go in and just make $8 to $10 million and be a success. And I think Hollywood.
That's true, but it's not true as it relates to the content that's out there. If you're talking about what's going to be in the theaters, you're right. But there's tons of middle and low budget movies and series that are filling the streaming services. There's a lot of medium level action movies. Shudder recently funded, if you remember this straight to video cheese movie from the 70s and 80s called Darkstalker. Mm-hmm. There was a new Red Sonja that just came out, which was budgeted about $60 million, right? Those things do exist, but they don't exist like in the big theaters like they used to. But there's plenty of small movies, small TV series so those stories are still being told, actually. They're just not being told on the big screen. But
I think a lot of it might be just marketing issues, right? Because I watch a YouTube group of guys called Red Letter Media. Yeah. And they recently did a video a couple months ago where they ran off every movie that went into theaters in the 2025s. And like 90% of them you hadn't heard of. Like these guys, you got theatrical releases and like there was just no marketing behind them. You didn't know they were in theaters. You don't know where they are. And it's like, maybe that's where Hollywood's failing at, portraying the message like, look what we made, right?
Maybe, but you're right. But I think part of it is marketing is staggeringly expensive. And they only market, it reminds me of being at PlayStation. I remember sitting in a meeting with these guys and we were going around the table showing them all of our games for Christmas. And they were losing their shit over Game Day, which was our kind of Madden competitor. Mm-hmm. And I remember the marketing guys were like, oh yeah, we're going to get this. We're going to get TV. We're going to buy this ad for Times Square. And I'm sitting there going, Game Day sells itself. Why do you of course people are going to buy Game Day. Why don't you market Twisted Metal or a new game like Warhawk or whatever? And they're just like, well, we make our bonuses based on what sells. So we market what we know is going to sell. Right. So I'm sure there's a part of that with Hollywood as well, where they're going to say, well, we're going to put our money behind the sure things, which is unfortunate. But I will say, though, I think a lot of people, and I understand the lack of theatrical releases, but streaming has given so many storytellers the ability to express themselves that they wouldn't have had before, because they have to fill the content pipeline. And there's so many of these fucking things that, there's all the, like I said, I'm watching this show right now, Your Friends and Neighbors on Apple TV. It's fucking great. And it's just it's just about this guy and his career struggle, and it's got a little drama in there, but that's not a movie. Then why do we ever greenlight
Yeah, but
that
like
movie?
here's my problem with the current model that they have is you have to hunt, right? There's good stuff out there, but you got to hunt for it.
Well, or
And
you just go to Gemini and say, here's what I like, or it probably already knows you if you use it regularly. It's like, I'm looking for a new show. Give me 10 shows I might like that I haven't seen.
I don't think anybody's doing that after I get off work. I mean, like, because like here's the thing, like the average user experience. You sit down on Netflix, you just got off work, kids are hungry, you fed them whatever you could feed them. You got 2, maybe 3 hours before you got to go back to sleep to go back to work. Let's watch a movie, right? You get the wife on the couch, whatever the oldest kid is, he's there too. And now you're scrolling through Netflix or Prime or Paramount.
Have you gotten her on the couch?
Peacock.
Like, did she want to be there? Or did you push her on the couch? Like, you sit down and you pushed her.
I don't know. Let's not go down that line of conversation. but
keep going.
Regardless is you got to hunt for whatever it is. It's like, all right, say I want to watch a horror movie. So you go to the horror section and it's like, here's the exotic priest, here's a haunted house, here's a movie about being lost in the wilderness in the cold, here's a thing about Donner Pass. Like, like, how do I know any of these are any good? Because like you're going to invest 30 minutes before you realize this isn't for me.
Yeah.
And move on about your day. And I think more people get the misses than the hits, because like there's tons of misses. Like I want to put it like almost like listening to music. Remember back in the day, you had to listen, you had to find the deep tracks, like the good songs that are in the album. There's like 5 bad songs on every album.
Yeah. Yeah. And every now and then you get that one album that you could play back to back and you're like, oh, this is amazing. But maybe that's why TV series or limited series thrive on streaming, because once you find a show that you like, there's tons to watch, and so we have in our rotation like 7 shows. We get, so it's kind of pathetic, but we get really excited when it's like, ooh, a new season of Only Murders in the Building is coming, or a new season of whatever we're watching. The morning show is coming, right? So maybe that's why the series do really well on the streaming services, because it kind of alleviates the need to choose every 2 hours for a different movie. But I do want to say, Remo the Turk, we were in the middle of a conversation, but but that's a lot of money to donate, and I just want to say thank you again. Make sure you got your flowers, such as they are, I suppose. Thank you, buddy.
That Me Cherry Super Chatted $9.99. Tons of movies made but costs $1 to market, and when you get in theaters you're splitting the dollar. Ben Affleck broke down the dollar on a pod. Then you get extension of IP they feel guaranteed to bring return.
Well, that's the true thing, right? Like, let's take Sony for example. Sony, for some reason, Horizon Zero Dawn sold like gangbusters. Cool game.
That's
cool
a
concept.
game. Okay, yeah, not a movie. Yeah.
Yeah. And Sony is more willing to fund an Horizon Zero Dawn sequel than they would be like a Days Gone sequel. Because Days Gone didn't sell like gangbusters, Horizon did. So like Jaffe said, like our bonuses dictate by what sells. If I push this game, I'm going to get a bonus. If I push this game, it might make people happy, not going to get a bonus. Because like one of my favorite series out there is Dead Space, and EA constantly puts it on ice because they expect it to sell 5-6 million copies, and the market just isn't there for that. And I'd be perfectly happy with like a medium grade Dead Space that they made for a lesser budget, just to have more Dead Space.
I would too, but EA would not, right? I mean, the last Dead Space remake was staggeringly good. It was just delightful, and it was a huge success for most people, but for EA, a company that's used to raking in billions upon billions, they were like, no, not for us, right? But that's why most of what I play is on Steam, right? I mean, I'm like that library game we talked about yesterday. I've I played 2 hours yesterday of just sorting books in a library, which people would say, "What the fuck are you doing? What a dumb game." It's addictive, it's fun, it's satisfying. It didn't cost much to make, but you're not going to, the real problem with that is you have a lot of people who are locked into either Xbox or PlayStation ecosystem, and they really don't travel outside of the big budget mainstream games that are on the front page. So they don't even know what's out there, but they bitch about it like, oh, there's no games to play. It's all the same shit. Even the idiots who are out there bitching about DEI, which they think that's a whole other conversation.
I don't like the DEI conversation, which
I
I kind of
but
dwelled
the
into
point
it.
The point is though, even those people would be satisfied if they would just go outside or off the beaten path just for a couple of seconds, and you would see there's no sexy women in games. Well, there are plenty of sexy women in games. Most of them are not at the AAA level though, because the budgets have gotten so big, and the studios have realized that a lot of women play games, and a lot of women like sexy women, but a lot of women or people in general don't want exploited women. There's a difference between a woman who's good looking, and I will agree with a lot of the DEI people on that, which is like, in Spider-Man, Mary Jane's a supermodel. Why does she just look like an average person in Spider-Man, right? But that's different than saying, let's put a woman in a bikini that barely covers anything and have her go into outer space. Then it's like, dude, that doesn't even make any fucking sense. So,
My favorite thing is the armor. Like when females have to put armor on and it like contours to their body, like they want to look sexy while they're fighting for their life.
I'm totally okay with that if the product is meant, like Red Sonja does that.
Yeah.
Right. But that's what Red Sonja is. It's pulpy. It's comic booky. It's not, no one's going to sit there and really go, now, wait a minute, but if you were making a historical epic, yeah, it would make no fucking sense. I'm with you 100%.
Well, but there's also the other end of the spectrum, Marcus Phoenix. Like that doesn't make sense for a male.
Gears
of War. He's the.
I know who he is, but I'm trying to think. I mean, what?
Like he's fucking huge, dog. It's like his arm is like the size of me, and I'm a 400-pound fucking failure.
Good Lord, Wings. Oh, let's raise money for Wings. Let's just get a therapy. It should be a therapy session. The whole episode.
How about this? Is there a therapist in the house that will talk to me?
Just call one, for God's sakes, man.
They want money. I don't want to pay them.
Well, they are a professional. It is a job. The Backshot Enjoyer. Come on now. Thank you for the super chat. I disagree, Wings, for movies because the recent movie Obsession was great. Yeah, I haven't seen it. Wings saw it. It only had a $1 million budget. You're wrong. It had a $750,000 budget. That movie cost less than the very first Twisted Metal PS1 game. And it was great, you're saying. I hear it's great. It's made over $18 million in less than a week. You got to love it. Good for them. But it's
horror,
got,
horror exists in that realm though, right? Like horror can do low budget. Like that's what I was saying. Like I guess like the Lifetime dramas can do low budget as well. I have a hard time with the low budget action.
Yeah, I mean that's okay. I mean I don't, but I appreciate you do. Like there are good action movies. Not action can be action like big explosions and big money. Or it can be like the fight scene in the hallway in Daredevil or the movie The Raid, right? I mean, everything doesn't have to be, the biggest effects in the world.
Right. We bring First Blood up again. It's like, is that an action movie?
Of course.
Because I don't think it's an action movie.
Well, you're wrong.
What's action about? Nobody died. Like one person dies. One.
Okay, but Rambo First Blood, there's the whole scene when they're hunting him down in the forest. There's nothing but action in the last act of that movie, if not the last act and a half of that movie. Right? I mean, it's not like he's just talking the whole movie. The cops in the town are trying to kill him, and he's in the waterfall and shooting bows and arrows, and it's not an action movie in the same way that, Die Hard is. Yeah. Listen to this, Mimi Cherry, you goddamn right. Tons of movies made, but cost money to market when you're getting theaters. We already read that. Somebody already read that. I'm sorry. Thank you for that. We appreciate it. All right. Listen to this. I will say, last thing I'll say, then Wings, please take the last word on this. But what Jerry Bruckheimer and Michael Eisner, back in the 80s and 90s, a lot of people prayed at the altar of the high concept. And I think Obsession is one of those movies. I think another big hit this year was the Sydney Sweeney film, The Housemaid, based on the book, right? A lot of times movies, they used to make high concept movies where you could just give an elevator pitch and someone said, I want to see that, right? Like one of the best ones of all time is Speed. It's a guy takes over a bus, and if it goes below 50, it explodes. And a cop has to figure out how to save everybody. Boom, you're done. I want to see that, right? Or Obsession. A guy makes a wish, it actually comes true. The girl falls in love with him and she goes crazy because she's obsessed with him. Boom, that sounds cool. I want to see that. But a lot of the movies are so, maybe it's because they're written by committee. Maybe it's because they haven't embraced high concept like they used to in the 80s and 90s. But a lot of times it's like, okay, yeah, like the Mario movie. I mean, the Mario movie is a high concept. I'm trying to think of something original that, but you know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes you hear a concept for a story and you don't need the budget. Obsession didn't need the budget because the concept was so compelling. I think they should try to find those things again. The high concepts, basically.
Well, I'm gonna bring this movie up, and we might as well call this LolCow movies. There's a movie that's one of my top 20 favorite movies of all time, but it shouldn't be a good movie, right? And Brad Pitt drove this vehicle and proved why he's a movie star. It's a movie called Moneyball. Moneyball is a movie that should not
the
work.
baseball movie?
Yeah.
Aaron Sorkin. Great movie.
It should not work on any level. And Brad Pitt took it, read the book, and was like, I want to make this in a movie. And he is one of his like artsy films, like Fight Club. And it's like, it's a movie about baseball stats that has almost no baseball in it.
At Chipboy12345 super chatted $10.20. Have you guys seen Good Boy? It was different and surprising good.
Thank you, Chip Boy. That's the one about the horror movie from the dog's perspective, I think,
Yes.
right? I haven't seen it, but I heard it's really cool. Thank you for that super chat, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, but it's this boring movie that sounds like a slog on paper, but it kind of proves that some people are very good actors, right? And like I think Brad Pitt, if Brad Pitt wasn't in Moneyball, or like Jonah Hill wasn't in Moneyball, that film would have flopped, right? If it didn't have that level of like artistic direction.
It may not have flopped, but it would have been a much smaller budgeted little story that was budgeted to not flop. But it certainly couldn't have been that prestige of a film. It was David Fincher, I think, directed it. Beautifully shot movie. A great supporting cast. Chris Pratt was in that movie. He wasn't big yet, but he was in that movie. But that movie's fucking great. Yeah, I'm with you. I mean,
then there's the other end of the spectrum, like Red One, like with The Rock getting, I think, $250 or $300 million for his appearance in Red One.
Yeah, good
and
for
it
him.
flopped.
Well,
it's considered
that was the Santa Claus movie, right?
Yeah. That movie is considered the killer of big budget Hollywood right now.
Was that a theatrical or was that a Netflix?
Theatrical release.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I like The Rock, and I like who's the other guy? John Hamm. I like Rob Lowe. I like when you ask these guys, why do you just? It's like, do you just show up if anybody gives you a check for anything? Because they're always in stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And The Rock's like, dude, I went through a period where I had no money. And Rob Lowe's like, dude, acting is really fucking hard until it's not. He's like, if I'm free and I don't hate the thing, I'm there if you're paying me. Right? Because it's like, you only have a shelf life of so long with most actors. And they're just like, yeah, I'll do Red One. You want to pay me $100 million to be in your movie? I'm going to show up. I'll be there on time. I'll give it my all. I don't care if it fails. I got 6 more movies coming out this year, but I'm getting mine. I kind of like that. I like that ethic. You know, not everybody has to.
It kind of backfires sometimes, right? Like some people, like Hollywood looks at them like, oh, this guy can't drive the vehicle no more. Like Will Smith is going through that right now. Like he's had like 10 flops in a row.
Okay, but that's because that's a Will Smith problem as a human. That's not a Will Smith problem as a star. But also, though, things change, right? Will Smith, even before he slapped Chris Rock, was, you know, his swagger and stuff, a lot of people aspired to. It's like he's coolest of cool. He's funny. The girls like him. The guys want to be him, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, the culture changes and he's not that anymore. I don't think that has to do, and I think you're right. Hollywood saw it and says, okay, we're not going to keep giving him these big budget things. I think The Rock's the same. The Rock for a while could do no wrong, and now he hasn't had a hit in a while. I think Jumanji's going to be big because it's a franchise, but the Smashing Machine was not a hit. The Santa movie was not a hit, and then there was one other one he just did. That was what was the Shazam movie? The fucking Black Adam was not a hit. So now I guess it's Sydney Sweeney and Timothy Chalamet.
What's up, your mama?
Oh, look who the cat done drugged in. What's up, your mama?
Goddamn goat. What's up?
Yeah, no, we're talking about movies and shit. What are you talking about?
Man, Tech Protect, man. I don't know what's going on with your son-in-law, but this motherfucker was supposed to redirect to our show last night, and he did some weird shit. So
He wasn't on the show. He didn't do Bus yesterday. It wasn't him.
he was running it.
He's in the bathroom right now, but my understanding, because he said Bus comes on at 5:00 California time. I went in there at about 4:40. I said, dude, you have a show. He says, no, I'm not on Bus today. I'm taking the day off. I'm exhausted. I said, okay. So maybe he was running it. I have no idea, but yeah, when he gets back, you should call in or stay on. And when he gets back, you can talk to him, but I know he wasn't there. That's all I know.
Why you got a son-in-law like that? That dude is such a fucking liar.
Because
You want me to throw him out for you?
Because I'm not going to marry the guy, man. I don't care. I want what I'm saying is, look, this is just a fundamental difference of opinion that we have about this, right? Which is, it's not that now I happen to like Tech, and I happen to know Tech off camera is a different kind of guy. But that said, though, hang on, even if the guy was exactly what you think he is, I will tell my daughter when she asks what I think. If she says, Dad, what do you think of Tech? I'll tell her. She's never asked, but I'll tell her. But I have a very supportive, loving relationship with my kids, just like I'm sure you do. But it sounds like it's different in the sense that I am not here now that they're adults to be like, this is what I think, and I don't like who you're dating. It's like, dude, I don't give a fuck who you date. It's your life. If you get married and it doesn't work, get divorced. Who gives a shit?
Now
Just
I played a
go have
clip.
adventures.
I played a clip last night with y'all two arguing. Wings was there too. Y'all two was arguing, and then he said, "Well, that's what I fuck your daughter." And then you guys were arguing a little bit more, and then he said, "I be digging in your daughter's guts."
Yeah,
And
I
then
remember
you
that.
said,
Somebody played
and
that
then
for me.
and then you said, "Damn, even my brother doesn't like the way he be talking about
He
having sex with
doesn't.
my daughter in front of everybody."
He doesn't.
If your own family is telling you that this dude's a fucking problem, if my
Well,
brother came to me,
mhm.
and said, "This motherfucker is a goddamn problem. I don't like the way he talks about my niece." At a certain
I
point, as a dad, I'm standing up. I'm saying, you know what? I'm gonna fuck this motherfucker up. I'm gonna
okay.
put belt to ass.
Okay, but all I can tell your mama is, and you're more than welcome to judge me positively, negatively, or whatever. That when he says that on the show, it's not like he's saying that like the way a lot of you guys will express it is like he's saying it almost in a creepy way, like we're sitting at the breakfast table and he says it and it's like, why would you fucking say that, right? But he does it in the context of a show where it's like, haha, fuck you, I know that makes you uncomfortable. I'm like, of course it makes me uncomfortable. And so it's, to him, it's a funny bit he does. Now, agree, disagree, that's your prerogative, but I'm just telling you the way you respond, that's not how I respond. I can't help the way I respond. But you guys, I love that you live in a world just like I do where we can raise our kids the way we want. My kids seem happy and healthy. I hope the same for yours.
Can I
Yeah.
interject here? Like, your mama, you're sitting here like judging like the reaction based on like a 30-second interaction that happened on a LolCow podcast setting, right? Like Jaffe has 20 hours out of the day, every day of the week to interact with this man in a different setting. And Tech is a much more pleasant person when he's not on camera. Like he's smart. He's willing to help people out. Like he's willing to bend over backwards for people that he barely knows.
When
and
you
he
say
has a
bend
lot of
over
positive
backwards,
traits.
when you say bend over backwards, what you mean by that?
Uh, like he's helped me more than I can ask for somebody to help me with
Okay,
requesting no funds.
I thought you meant like in the Diddy oil. Uh,
No, no, not in
so,
that way. He's not bending over giving out butt. But
I mean, he
yeah,
said
but I'm just
he
saying, like, I
admitted to
don't think
doing
you
that.
should
Joe.
judge this man's relationship with a possible future son-in-law based off like one interaction. Like, I just think
It's
that's
not
unfair.
one. Oh no wings. Oh, it's not one. It's many, and it's not even just on LolCow shows. Like I said, Jaffe's own brother literally said that this dude is a problem.
Well,
He
yeah, but
says a lot of dumb shit, and I
my brother
go ahead.
lives in Alabama and he's never met Tech IRL. The only time he's ever seen Tech has been on the shows he watches from time to time on LolCow.
No, he said that this was on the other show that you do, on the with the clown girl,
Okay, well that was on Madhouse, but what? But no,
Madhouse.
not if Wings
Exactly.
was on it. Not if Wings was
No,
on it.
no, no, no. That was the one clip that I played, but he was upset about the stuff that Tech was saying on
Okay, but
Madhouse about
it's
about
still in the streaming experience. It's not he's not hanging out with him and hey, let's all go to the movies like we did last night. My brother's there and Tech saying shit in the theater. It's not that's not and maybe that's why people have such a problem with this relationship is like I assure you, if I'm sitting in the theater and we're waiting for the movie to start and Tech leans over and says, "Boy, I got up in her guts." I'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking about, motherfucker?" But
yeah,
it's I mean, you also don't live on Sesame Street and you're not really a Muppet. But when you watch your show sometimes you have a Sesame Street in the background and a lot of the characters are Muppets. You're not actually in the video game Mortal Kombat. I know there are some stupid people in the LCU audience, not a lot of them, but a lot of them that are here are stupid, not our audience. And maybe they believe you're really in the video game Mortal Kombat. Like maybe they think you live inside the arcade machine. I don't know. But they understand that when you go on camera, you're different than when you're walking around right now. I'd like to think
yeah,
they understand that.
yeah. But you got to also understand that it's real. If I get in an argument with you and me and you get in the back and forth, and his way of slandering you is saying that I'm fucking your daughter, that's a different thing. You
But
can't
that's
keep
not
on saying just because
slander.
we're on stream. What? If I'm
Well,
in an if I'm in an argument with my son-in-law or whomever, and the
mhm.
words "he fucked my daughter" came out of his mouth, that's not a internet thing. That's not a
No, but I'm saying that
we're
doesn't.
just
Yeah,
amping it up for the people. No,
I'm just
that's
saying.
something that he's feeling inside. That it's like,
Right.
oh, I know how to fuck. I'm gonna fuck with you, and I'm gonna
I
get
know.
you upset and out of character.
Okay. I'm just saying it's not slander, but it's a different point. That's all I was saying. Uh,
Okay,
I I assume he does that because he knows it gets a funny reaction out of me. I don't. It's just. I mean, but look, I can't convince you. It does. I'm just like, oh my god, shut the fuck up, you weirdo. Right. That's my response. But I appreciate that you don't care for it, and that's fine.
I
But
don't
what am I
say I
going to
don't
do?
care
I
for
mean,
it.
because
I'm gonna I'm gonna
what you're asking me to do,
whoop
I'm
his
telling
ass.
you. Okay, well, what you're asking me to do,
I'm taking. You should have took those earphones off, right, and go into the same room. He's like in a room next to you, and whoop his ass. And all I want to hear is some things being thrown around, some chairs being thrown around, just some furniture moving. I want to see the furniture moving. That's what would
everybody
happen.
everybody has a line, and I have my own lines, but they might be different than yours. I
Yeah,
How
well,
Mike,
far is your
why?
line?
It's not about far. It's about what it's about. It's about intention. If I actually thought I see this guy with my kid. Okay, there are days I look at him and her and go, I don't know what they see in each other. Okay. But I see them together and it is very sweet. It is very supportive. It is very loving. People who were at Fat Camp attested to this, that Sarah is very sweet and they spend a lot of time together. That's what I see. Okay. So my line is not that it's further than yours. It's that what bothers you, what would bother me is if he actually disrespected her in a way that was meaningful and not performative on a show. Then I would be like, that's not
You
okay.
you think him going around in the LCU, sending all these women dick pictures? One of
hold
them,
up, hold up, hold up. Text sent dick pictures in the LCU.
yes, multiple people. multiple females
Within
and
the last
men
2 years?
within the last months. Where you
Last
been at?
month. Hold on. I don't know about this story. Can you elaborate?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Lisi, basically, he was in a stream. He was drunk. Lisi was like, they were having conversation, and he said, "Man, I got the biggest dick in the world, man. My dick is the biggest, and you want to see it?" And she was like, "Oh my god, okay, let me see some dick." And then he sent her a photo, and then Smooch was like, "Don't leave me out." And then he sent her a photo of his cock. She was like, "Oh my god, I thought it was just kind of a joke, but he really sent me the dick pic." Blah blah blah. Then he sent a few more dick pics around to a couple other dudes and females. And it's just like, dude, he made the
You send
place
them to
very
dudes as
fucking,
well? Good
bro. He's a
lord.
fucking, he's man.
Right.
I don't know what's wrong with him. Obviously, something's wrong with the guy because he doesn't feel confident in himself. But he goes around drunk sending dick pics to people. It's weird,
Right.
and he's in
So
a relationship.
right. So all I can tell you, you ever how do I put this? Because Tech's sitting there listening on the toilet too. How long is he going to be on the toilet for?
Yeah.
So
Probably sending a dick pic.
maybe, but do I like that? No, I don't like that. Is Sarah aware of that? Yes, Sarah is aware of that. Sarah is a grown woman. Okay. I don't know how old your kids are, but my kids are both grown. And there's a point where you have to go, for whatever reason, and there's lots of reasons I could fathom, good and bad, where that's not a bridge too far. So what do I want to do as the parent of an adult child who's about to marry someone who,
Oh, but at this point, it's not about adult child. He's doing it in under your roof, though. He's doing it in your motherfucking house. He's sending dicks
I mean,
to it can crash down back on you because if some woman feel uncomfortable or go crazy or whatever, it's in your household, my boy. If it was in
that's,
my
that's,
house,
that,
it's
yeah,
okay slinging dick and throwing dick around. But when does it
I,
come to the point where you go, you know what, you can't be doing that shit under my motherfucking roof? God damn it, I don't want no woman to feel uncomfortable or whatever. These dick pictures are being thrown in your house, and you ain't got
I,
nothing to say about that. You
it
could
doesn't
say
bother.
something, you know?
Yes, and what I'm saying is it doesn't bother me.
Okay.
If it doesn't bother Sarah, it doesn't bother me. I don't particularly like it. I have an opinion about it. Yes,
What
a
is your
hundred
Well, it's
opinion?
your
percent.
house. It has nothing to do with your
But that,
daughter. At the end of the day,
but
it's your
that
house.
I don't have an opinion about that. I don't have to see it. I'm not in the room when he does it. I don't give a
Okay.
shit what he does.
But that's a level of deceit though. Like I'm gonna bring Kelly on here in a second. I want to ask her. Let's ask her.
Well, you can ask her, but you can. Hello, Kelly.
Kelly,
You can. Yeah.
if I was drinking and I was sending dick pics to females in the LCU, how would you feel about that?
Who you sending them to?
Let's say Lisi and Smooch.
What the freak?
I'm not sending dick pics. How would you react? How would you react if
Oh, I'd be angry. There'd be tears. I wouldn't be around.
you would feel hurt, like you got cheated
Yeah.
on, right?
100%.
Like
Who doing that?
I think that's a bridge too far. I'm not gonna say who did it, but like I think it's a bridge.
Is it on the show?
I'm being quiet with that one. You got to
'Cause I'm
have
on
your own
the lane
discovery.
right now.
But yeah, so all I will say is, again, I don't agree with it. But the idea that it happens under my roof like that suddenly makes everything a different thing. I don't pay any attention to what my daughter and
Wait.
Tech do in private. I don't. It's
You
not my
keep on,
business.
you keep on bringing it back to your daughter and tech. I'm talking about you. I'm
It
talking about
doesn't
if it
bother
happened.
me.
But okay, but you said you don't like it. Now, if I don't like something that's going on in
No,
my
no, no,
motherfucking house,
no. That's what
I'm gonna speak on it. I'm gonna say,
I.
yeah, motherfucker, don't be showing. If you want to show
Right,
dick pics outside in your car, that's fine.
right,
But don't be doing that shit in my house. I don't like it. When you can say
right,
you don't like it and then that don't happen, my boy, it has nothing to do with your daughter. You keep on going back to your daughter. I'm saying the shit that's happening under your roof, the house that
right.
you pay for, the electric bills the shit that you pay for. You can't say no to that. You know that, right?
Right. What I'm saying is we all have different lines. The one you keep bringing up, like I promise you, I'm not one of these guys that hears something and I'm not processing it. I know what you're saying.
Okay.
What I'm saying is it being under my own roof doesn't make it any more toxic or loaded, or I like it more or less. That means nothing to me.
Okay.
I don't particularly like it. I would love for my daughter to not like it. but not like it, but to be opposed to it, assuming she even knows about it, which I have to assume she does. I don't think it's good. But I mean, let's take it this way. And I'm not saying this happened because I'm making this up. I'm pulling this out of my butthole. But let's say when Tech did these things, he was drunk as shit.
I'm back, by the way.
Okay. So let's say
Also,
when Tech did.
I wanna-
let me finish.
No, hold on, 'cause this whole
no,
point-
No, I'm in the middle of a.
Yeah,
of
but
a
this whole point doesn't matter
No,
because it was
Tech-
exposed
Tech-
by Josh yesterday on Reapers that the dick pics are fake. The whole
Hey,
story is
Tech,
fake.
let your father-in-law.
Hey,
you talking
you're in my house, yo mama. That's why your server muted now. Anyways,
No, don't. Don't call, Tech. You
look,
gotta stop this.
I
You gotta
know,
stop
but look,
muting
it's
people.
gonna come
No,
up.
wait,
It's gonna
I'm
come
hang
up.
I'm
Josh
gonna hang
talked
up then.
about the dick pic situation because Xylee knew about it beforehand. That they're not real. That it's a fake thing. All right, and then Josh mentioned, "Oh, Xylee told me." Oh, and then he was like, "I wasn't sure I was supposed to say that." And then, but yeah, so Josh knows the dicks aren't real. Sarah knows the dick thing isn't real.
Here he goes.
So that's. I mean, this whole story just doesn't matter anymore. It was a story before, but now it's not.
Tech Protect, why don't you listen to your father-in-law? You under his roof, bitch. You don't pay shit anyway. Now go ahead, Jaffe.
Where's your
Go
dad
ahead, talk.
at?
I'll let you
Can I
talk
Where's your
in
dad
your
at,
own
your
room.
mama? Let me talk to your dad.
Hey, I don't live with him. That's what I do. I don't live with him, bitch. Now go ahead, Jaffe. Go ahead. Speak
I don't live with
in
my
your,
dad.
in
I
your
don't live with my
house.
dad either,
You
dog.
too loud in your you are in your daddy's house. Who
I
you
don't
think
live with my.
Jaffe
I
is?
don't live with my dad.
Who you think Jaffe is?
A roommate. That's what it is.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't. Why,
you just called
why do you
him
not
a
see it that
roommate.
way? Yeah, why
You
don't you?
don't pay no rent, no. You called him a room. This is crazy. Go ahead, Jaffe. You can speak under your own roof. He called you a roommate.
You
That's
know,
crazy.
let me ask. Do you hold this over like?
Did you just call him a roommate? Hey, dude, you out of control. Go ahead, Jaffe. You pay. This is your house. You can talk. You too loud in this house anyway. I need you to tone
Yeah,
that shit down a little bit.
Jaffe is a
Go ahead.
roommate. That he's not my father. He's not even my
Roommates of
father-in-law.
what? What do you pay, dude? Is that your house you in?
Do you want to? Do you want
Is
to
it?
have a serious conversation? Or you want to talk every time I respond?
I would like to not have a serious conversation on any of this anymore. I mean, all I was going to say
Called him a
about it,
roommate.
and if you're saying it's fake, that's even better. But all I was going to say is, I want you to take it from this position. Even if it wasn't fake, even if it was the most real fucking thing in the world, and let's say my daughter, and this is, like I said, this is what I'm pulling in my butt. But let's say my daughter is like, he does it when he's drunk. He struggles with alcohol. He's got trauma. And that's how he deals with it. And she loves him and they're going through it together. And she's like, yeah, you slipped up. Don't do it again. That's our private business. I'm not going to let people know I'm mad about it and I'm upset about it. But I am here for you. I love you. I want to be married to you and raise a family with you. And I know you are struggling with alcohol and how it makes you act. And I am here. Now, is that true? Of course, I don't think so. I've never heard any conversation like that between them. But this idea of you guys in the LCU consistently trying to put a no.
Beto Oi2 super chatted $9.99. It's truly mind-blowing how people are so concerned with the living arrangements of these people when it's nobody's business. Yo mama is just slumming for content.
Right. Well, okay. Thank you. Yeet, for
Can
that.
Can I answer that first of all?
Yeah.
When you put it
Thanks, Yeet.
out,
Thank you, buddy.
when you put this out there, you fucking moron. When you put it out there that this is my business, that I'm with a millionaire and I'm living in a millionaire's house and I'm with his millionaire daughter and he's the maker of God of War. When you keep bringing that shit up and throwing it in everybody's face in the LCU, we're not supposed to bring it up. Go sit down, have several seats, you fucking hug box moron. You know what I mean? They're the ones that bringing it up. I didn't bring it up. It's been said multiple times all through the LCU. Maybe if you watch more of the shows and you see how Tech Protect act when he pop up on panels like he's this millionaire and he's living with this fucking millionaire and this God of War guy, maybe we wouldn't bring it up if he just kept it like, yo, I'm just here, I'm just streaming,
but like,
But he's the one that throw it in everybody's face.
You know, Mama, I think it's unfair that you're taking his online persona as his whole personality, though, right? Like, if you only seen Christopher Schultz in Inglorious Bastards, you think he was a racist. But if you seen Christopher Schultz in Django Unchained, you think he was against race. Christoph Waltz, right. I'm sorry, yeah.
So I'm asking you, Wings, how are we supposed to react to people in the LCU on there? We supposed to react to who they truly are, which we don't know, or the person that they present online? If I'm reacting to a clip of somebody saying something, I'm reacting to what they're doing online. I don't know if it's a
I
persona
think
or
the
not.
answer is somewhere in the middle, where you got to react to the person that you see online, but you got to understand that it's probably their personality tuned up to 11.
Except me,
Okay.
because I'm exactly the same way.
And Jaffe is
if
just
I'm on,
this, yeah.
if I'm online, I'm this. But you're right. Most people probably not so much. But I'm pretty much. I have no passion or interest in playing a character at all. But with other people, sure, yeah. But the bigger thing, what I was going to say, is that how many times have you had something happen in your family or close to your friends that the outside world looks at and they judge and they think they know what's happening, and you're like, man, I can't tell you everything that's happening, but would you just give me the benefit of the fucking doubt for 5 fucking seconds, right? Every family has that. Every family has that. And so many families try to keep up appearances and look how normal we are, look how healthy we are. And what I'm telling you is,
Did we freeze?
Jaffe,
Bro, okay. Anyways,
Jaffe froze.
Tech, if you want to lie about your little pepper,
fucking, wait a minute.
lie
Wait
about
a
it to
minute.
yourself, bro.
Wait a
Don't
fucking
tie
minute.
me into
Take her
that
off.
shit and question my credibility.
Tech,
I
Oh,
didn't,
get her
man.
off
I
my.
didn't bring her in.
Oh, wow.
Also, you're lagging, Jaffe. Are we all lagging?
I don't know.
I lagged right there, and then I came in mid-Lisian argument.
I don't have any problem with her coming on the show. But when I'm in the middle of a fucking sentence, shut the fuck up.
I think you were frozen. That's why.
You were
Happy
frozen,
Solitude
at least for me.
2422 super chatted $10. Why you need to follow Xylie's example and choose not to press Jaffe if he isn't asking for help. This is getting old. Go find
I don't
content elsewhere, and BTW Tech is a giant prick and should STF you.
And I'll
Yeah.
say this, your mama. I like you. I like when you come on the show. Come on anytime. But yeah. I'm not going to. There's data I have that you don't have. Just like I'm sure if somebody were to see your wife or your dad or whatever and go, that guy should do this and that and the other, I'm going to sit here and tell you what I would do. And you're like, yeah, but you don't have all my information. Doesn't that
Right.
annoy you when people do that?
Well, I mean, a lot of people, a lot of people drag me for whatever reasons, things that
I
I
don't.
do,
I
things that I've
don't.
done. I know you don't, but I'm just saying. I mean, that's just the way the internet works. You get dragged. You get, they see certain things and they see certain things that you do, like people that give donations here or whatever. They see certain things and they don't like it and they want to, they want to say whatever they want to say, and then I just respond the way I respond, and then it just goes on from there. I mean, I'm not saying that, I don't rage, or I haven't been rage baited. I've been rage baited plenty of times. I crash out, and that's what the LolCow Universe is about. And these clowns that think that the LolCow Universe isn't about people talking about other people, exposing them or making or rage baiting, they're in the wrong network. I mean, this is a network. It's
I
called
might be,
LolCow Universe.
yeah, I might be in the
These are
wrong network.
cows, bro. I don't understand why people sit back and go, "Oh my god, my favorite host is being dragged," and you're rage baiting them. That's what you're fucking supposed to do. That's what you're here for, you moron. You're just sitting here going, "Well, I'm just here just to have a good conversation and to have fun and just talk about how everybody's living in boxes." If you're here for that, you're a fucking moron. You're an idiot. You're here because of cows. When did that get mixed? It's literally in the name. You know what I mean? I come from a place where yes, we made cows rage bait. We talked about things to get people out of fucking character. You
Yeah,
know what I
this is
mean?
a
If I
sideshow,
get
yo
Jaffe
mama.
out of character, that's a good thing. If I get Tech
I'm
Protect out of
not out of
character,
character.
good
I've
thing.
never been out of character. That's the
Oh, when
point.
you popped up on my show, you was definitely out of character. It was
Yo
beautiful.
mama,
No,
yo
I
mama,
I
was
yo
loved it.
mama.
not. I was not.
Yo,
I
mama,
loved it.
I think you're being unfair. This is a sideshow. Like the Young Turks has an entire network too, and they have a sports section where they talk about
Yeah.
sports and football and stuff
Mhm.
like that.
Yeah.
But mostly the Young Turks is like a left wing, like progressive news source, right?
Right.
But like not everything in the LolCow network has to be cows fighting with each other constantly. And like
Oh, no,
one of
no,
the
no.
biggest issues, and I'm assuming you'll agree with me with the network right now, is every show is almost a rerun of the show before it. Like there's very few like actual like legit ideas being progressed by each show. And I think if each show brought at least a little bit different, it would help the whole network grow as a whole. And like all this infighting is hurting us as a whole, just
Oh yeah,
absolutely hurting us.
I like Crypt. I like Crypt. I like you guys' conversations are really good. I mean, it's really great. but every now and then, a fight or a bickering with somebody. I mean, it brings interaction. It brings other
Yeah,
people on
I
board and to watch. I
agree.
mean, it's nothing wrong
Agree.
with
But
just like a 2 minute
no,
or 3 minute conversation about
but
fighting. Like nothing wrong with that.
let's fight about something real. Let's actually
Yeah.
fight, right?
Yeah, like
I
Turbo came
don't.
on yesterday. I fought with him.
Yeah, I can't stand Turbo. I
Yeah, it's
literally
good.
can't stand him. I think he's a
Oh, nobody
racist.
can stand Turbo.
And I just don't like him as a human. That's not a bit I do. I don't like him.
Yeah.
Xylee, I like now, but Xylee and I have had our issues. For me, those were real issues. It bothered me when, she felt like a fair weathered friend, and I had to realize that's just Xylee, right? I don't do a bit. So anyway.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Lisa. You can talk now.
Sorry, Jaffe, you were frozen for me, so I thought you had stopped talking.
Oh, no worries. My bad then. Sorry about yelling.
Yeah, because even I think what's it called? What's his name noticed too and was like, is he frozen? And I was like, I don't know, but I'm just gonna use this time to talk. Yeah, so I didn't lie. I definitely was sent a dick pic next to a watermelon white claw. I don't know why we're rehashing this time and time again and now suddenly saying that it wasn't real or whatever. I don't give a fuck if it was a fake picture sent to me. I just know what I received. And it was a penis next to a watermelon white claw, all right? Stop dragging me into your weird ass bullshit.
Is that for me?
Thank you.
I'm not dragging you, Lacey. It's literally.
I didn't say
Yeah, I'm not bringing up this.
I said dragging me into
I
your
know.
weird ass bullshit.
I'm not bringing up this story anymore. It just constantly keeps being brought up.
I got a question.
You should send that picture to Sarah and have her confirm if it's his dick or not.
Sarah's in on the whole thing. Oh my god, this whole thing just fucking.
I got a
stupid.
question. How did we debunk said dick pic? Who did that?
I just said we could debunk it that way by giving it to
Well,
Sarah.
but there's been implied
Why
it's
does it
already
need to
been
be
debunked.
debunked? Like, I just don't understand why it's still a fucking topic of
Well, because-
conversation. Why everyone's so surprised.
We're not. Well, hang on. I didn't bring it up. Mama brought it up, and it's a topic of conversation because it's a suggestion that Tech is doing really awful stuff, and Tech is saying it's not my penis. It was a joke. I got it from the internet. That's why it came up. We're not. It's not like a regular.
I can fix this right now. All right, Tech, send me the dick pic. I'll reverse image search it right now.
Send him the dick pic, then send him a video of you whipping it out and slamming it on your desk. And
Wings is out of control. You really want another man's dick pic, huh? That's crazy.
I'm not.
That's out of control.
Dog, I've seen so much porn in my life. It's not going to be any different.
All right, I'm going to head out. You guys have a good show. Bye.
Your internet history is crazy.
No, I'll be fucking that page 5 stuff, dog. Like,
we seen that. That's crazy. I mean, every now and then, you gotta switch it up. I get it.
I'm willing to fall on the sword for this one. It's whatever. Like I've seen dicks before. I've seen them again.
You gotta switch it up, man. You know what I mean? I mean, sometimes the normal shit just get a little bit boring, and every now and then, a lady
So
boy.
you a page 5 connoisseur yourself?
Wings, you're trapping me. By the way, you have your Discord set up to not receive explicit content, so I cannot send you the dick pic.
Oh, was he there? I can't do it.
Don't send that shit to me.
I have to put it in the group chat, Jaffe. All right, close your
No.
eyes. That's the only. I can do the group chat with you and Wings, or I can do the one with your mama.
How about
Wings.
this? How about just reverse image search it and then like screen cap if it has result.
At the _hills_have_critters2 super chatted $10. Can we get Jaffe to listen to some Tool Game Face Jaffe?
So, but apparently, Lacey said there was a video as well.
No, there's
like
no
there's
video.
a picture and a video.
There's no video. She did not say video.
She did say video. Yes, she did.
No, she said I should send you a video of me with my dick out, whipping my dick out.
I'm not interested in your actual dick.
That's what I'm saying.
just interested
A watermelon
if
white
the
claw
picture's
is
legitimate
crazy.
or not.
All right. Well, whatever you guys do, if you put it in the group chat, tell me it's there, and then delete it after you're done examining his penis.
All right, so Jeffy, don't look at the group chat for like the next
trust me,
few minutes.
The hills
All right, y'all
have
have a good
critters.
one. Oh yeah,
All
so
right.
Tech, I just wanted to finish. I want to ask you who was running the stream bus last night.
I can't even. Foxy Mama. Although,
Okay, so that was Foxy Mama who didn't redirect.
All right. No, hold on. Before you go, chat was saying that we're supposed to redirect to Pitt, and they said Keem said so. See, they said Keem said to redirect to Pitt. So I went to announcements. There was no message. I searched the Discord for messages from Keemstar. saw no message from that. And I told Foxy, I said, hey, I'm not seeing anything that says redirect to Pit unless Keemstar said that on the show, which I wasn't here for. So you like make that decision. And then they said, okay, we're redirecting to the B circuit.
Okay, all right. We just wanted to know run the stream. So okay, so it was more Foxy Mama because me and Keem didn't understand because the whole fat camp thing, and then it just rehashed. So yeah, all right. It was just miscommunication.
Yeah,
so y'all gotta
yeah,
have a good show.
All right, see you, Mama.
All right.
Can we get Jaffe to listen to some Tool? Is Game Face a Tool song? I don't know what that means. Thank you for the super chat, but I don't follow. I'm not a big Tool fan. I'm not a fan. I don't know if I've ever heard a song that I would know was even Tool. So, but thank you for the super chat. I'm not sure if that's
Tool?
what you're.
What the heck?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm not saying they're bad. I just I've never really.
Dude, if you like to do the marijuana,
I love the
Jerry
marijuana.
Rafferty and Tool are two guys you need to like just sit down and put the
Jerry
headphones on.
Rafferty and the Beaver Brown Band.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And
Yeah.
Tool's another great like mellow out. Like I don't do drugs and I can like get lost in their music. I'm sure if like you're on one of those like little trips, I'm sure it's a much more magical experience.
Man, you need to fucking do some drugs. Crystal, what's going on? Is this Crystal Pepsi, Crystal Light? What you up doing? What you doing? I got nothing.
Oh, hello. Sorry, I just wanted to pause it so it's not over talking over you. Just quickly, I don't want to continue.
Hello, Governor.
Hello.
That's Mary Poppins, is it? All right, what's going on, buddy?
No, I don't want to waste your time because we are the smartest audience.
Yes,
And we want to have lovely conversations.
Yes.
And this whole drama has upset me because I love how you and Yo Mama have your conversations and get on, and I don't like it. And I hope that we're now at a time where it can, we can all understand everyone's different opinions and move on. However, I just want to question when obviously there was a miscommunication. Lacey, you were frozen for Lacey, you were frozen for me as well. But when Lacey was talking and you thought she was talking over you, you proper shouted and you didn't want her to talk over you. But how come when Tech does it and you are going, no, I want to speak now, how come he can get away with it and keep going?
Because he's running OBS, and when you run OBS, you have the ability to, when you're speaking, it drowns out everyone else. There's like a setting that you can do when you're on the mic, like when you're the host. So a lot of times when I have yelled at him, like I did today, by the way, he came in and I was trying to, and I don't even know if he heard me because I was just like, dude, no, shut the fuck up. No, that's why, because when it comes,
I was just going to say, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. He did hear you because he responded and he said, "No, Jaffe, it's not a conversation I want." And I get that, and it's not a conversation that we all like or want to have. But I just think in future, like if you've said like you want to talk, it just can you see the hypocrisy a little bit for me when Lacey comes in?
I can. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say when Lacey comes in and, there's been a conversation that Tech obviously doesn't want to have. Sorry, I'm currently getting attacked by a Malinois. But if there's a conversation, a Malinois, a German Malinois, a Belgian Malinois, a bit like a German Shepherd.
A dog.
It's a very aggressive dog.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I just think in that moment, you needed to get your point across, and it just contradicted itself when Lacey came up and it was quiet, and then when Tech doesn't want you to speak, you stop. If that's what I mean, that's what it seemed like, even though I understand it's not.
But more importantly, though, two things. You heard me yell at Tech to shut the fuck up today, right?
Yeah, but he didn't stop. He just kept going.
Neither did Lacey.
Yeah, but she got disconnected by Tech.
Well, I couldn't do that, right? But the other thing, though, the other part that's different, but I understand your point, and I would say this. I don't think. I'd like to think it has nothing to do, and maybe this is my own mind going here, and maybe that should tell me something. But I would like to think that it has nothing to do with her being a woman. That's
No. Oh, absolutely not. I was not coming from that standpoint at all. Okay. It was just the fact of I just wanted you to. I don't know. I think it was more that you should have been able in that moment to continue to speak as it is your show. And you had a point to finish.
Yeah, I had a point to finish. And my other point though is that when she dragged herself up here my perception on my end was she comes into the stream and she just starts talking, and she
Yeah.
won't. But that's clearly not what happened, and I apologize to her when she
Yeah.
called back. So yeah, I hear you. I hear you. But no, I look. I'll tell you something about women in conversations. I really do. I wish. No. I wish women have not been conditioned to wait for their turn to speak, because a lot of times I'll be in conversations on the LCU and like they're just quiet and we're like, dude, get in here. What do you have to say? It's like, oh, well, I was waiting for you guys to finish. It's like, dude, we'll never finish.
Yeah.
And I hate that, but I hate that women have been conditioned to just like wait your turn. When you're in these kind of conversations, you do got to kind of jump in there. You know what I mean? You don't have to, and it's polite what they're doing, and it's not polite what we're doing, but it is still the way it works at the moment.
Do you know what I like as well? I'm a special needs teacher and behaviour specialist,
Okay.
and
Hey,
I
Crystal.
also, and you also speak about your ADD a lot, which is funny with that conversation, because actually, if someone with ADD is hyperfixated on a conversation, if you don't put your word in, you're never going to get finished in the. You're never
Yes.
going to get a word in the conversation. So yeah, I
That's right.
completely.
Crystal.
Oh, well, I don't believe in God, but if I did, I'd say you're doing God's work. That's wonderful. You're
Oh,
doing, man.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Crystal, would it be possibly the inflection of his voice is why it bothered you more? Because like it was a little bit harsher than it normally is with Tech.
Probably, yeah. And I do think it was just more the point of, if you say you want to talk and it's your show, I know that he's the producer, but it's your show, it's your house. You've just got to finish putting your point. But because it was a topic that he didn't want to speak about, he's cut you off. And that was the issue I had. At the end of the day in life, we all have to have difficult conversations, whether we like what's going to come out or not. And that was more my point. But yeah.
I think I agree with you. We have to have the difficult conversations. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And maybe the other thing I would say is, we try not to be a drama show. So I've got topics. I've got like 6 things I was hoping to talk about today. And again, I always like when I like that Yo Mama came up, but it's like suddenly Yo Mama comes up, him and Tech start arguing, then Lisa comes up, and now I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. What the fuck is this fucking show? It's just too much of that shit. A little bit's okay.
100%.
A little dab will fucking do you. And then after a while, it's like, dude, there's 1,000 other shows. Go fucking yell at each other on there. Is kind of my thing. So, all right. Well, listen, seriously, I love that you do what you do. It is. I know it's important. You don't need me to tell you that, but my God, kids are so special and so different. And both my kids are neurodivergent, and it means a lot to me that they had teachers that looked out for them and were, aware that not every kid is the same. So I appreciate what you do.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely day, all of you.
All right. See you later.
Bye.
So yeah, it's interesting. I like her. I like that conversation. I don't know why her voice sounds so funny, but other than that, I think she's great. Thank you for calling.
She was a little shy. Like she almost had almost like a stutter in her voice. Like she was afraid that she was going to say something that upset you.
No, I like her. She's nice. I was kidding about her accent. That's all I was saying. Because I wanted to tell a story about this dog, and I'm not allowed to show this to you guys. Because Tech and you guys, I'm not going to show it. I have a picture. I'm looking at it right now. I want to show it to you. But this woman walks in to, I guess, a room in her house, and there's this cute little dog. And I want to say, I don't know, a corgi. It's a corgi puppy. And the corgi puppy, meaning not allowed, like terms of service, never ending, is laying there in a pool of blood. And you know what? I'll tell you in a second. I got to turn off this alarm. Take it, Wings.
Well, the corgi puppy is what it looks like is laying in a pool of blood.
Whoa. Don't fucking...
Don't do your story. Okay.
Yeah, don't do my story.
Okay. Well, where's Tech at?
I'm here. The reason why
Jaffe told me to take it over in the middle of the story.
I know. The reason why I can talk over Jaffe and Lisi can't is because me and Jaffe have an understood dynamic where that has happened, and we know that it's not meant to be like malicious or whatever. Also, it's part of the show. Lacey coming up randomly and just starting to like yell and have that conversation without like being pulled in for any reason is not the same thing. All right, it's like an understood kind of basis for the show, the dynamic.
I read it differently than she read it. I read it as Jaffe just getting frustrated with like everybody jumping up and derailing like a show he spent an hour planning.
That's how I felt. But it's not that I mind people jumping up. It's just when it's a big fucking free for all, and I know Tech loves that shit, and I'm like, oh my god, here we go. I'll see you guys in an hour when this blows over. Puppy's lying there. Puppy's fucking lying there. In a puddle of blood, corgi puppy, and the lady runs over. Oh my god, my puppy's dead. Well, this is sad. But it turns out the puppy's not dead, and it wasn't blood. The little corgi puppy had broken a jar of jam off the shelf and had eaten all of it and passed out from like a sugar high, and the puppy was fine. And now I'm looking at a cute picture. I can show you this picture, I think, because there's no, let me see.
We have the context too.
Yeah, well, even if I don't want to put up I don't want to put up the picture of the puppy in a puddle of blood. Now, I worried, I'm not going to show it anyway. The point is it was cute and, whatever. There you go. There's the story about the puppy and the blood.
I had something similar like this happen to one of my animals. Like I had 2 cats at one point, and apparently one of them, like you guys probably don't have Chick-fil-A, but Chick-fil-A has these like ketchup packets that kind of like peel off, but they break really easy. Like I had one knock one off of a counter, and it hit the floor and it busted. And then I had another one walk through it, and then he jumped onto the countertops. And like when I got home, I just see all these bloody paw prints all over the countertops. And I'm like, okay, which one got hurt? And I'm trying to figure out which one of them is like cut their foot open. And I'm like and I'm wiping their feet off, and I'm like trying to find where the cut is. And I'm like, and then I find the ketchup. I'm like, oh, okay. Because I was about to take him to like the emergency vet. Because I'm like, oh, he just lacerated his paw pad. And it sucks. Right. It's a scary feeling. I bet like it's wave of relief though. Yeah, absolutely riveting, Zampy. Why don't you just go watch something else, bud?
What?
Just this dude, he just sits here every day just criticizing Zampy Croco. Zamp Croco.
Oh, I must have banned him on I don't even see his chat.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, it was so nice to block people in the fucking Discord last night. I knew that was an option. I'd done it before. I mean, it's going to get to the point that there's only like 20 people in there that I see their comments, but it's better than I think the LCU, there's a lot of people that are just so fucking judgy all the fucking time. And it's just such a little catty, bitchy little group of people that get on there. There's this one woman who is kind of like the mean girl of the server now. And I'm just like, she lives on this fucking server. And it's just like, dude, go get a fucking life, man. What's I come on. I'm not going to tell you her name. I'm not going to give her the satisfaction. I'll tell you off stream. And it's just like, it's great. You found some people on here you like, but it's not like, this isn't your house, lady. You have to play nice with other people. It's just very cliquey and gross and, embarrassing for them.
Chat.
Hey, thank you so much, Scuba Steve. I appreciate it. Thank you for sending us the LolCow gifted member. Speaking of, we're at a point in the show that we do want to reach out and tell you, look, man, we live and breathe and die on this network by your super chats. Here's the agreement we enter into with you fine people. We do not do stupid stunts. Tech does stupid stunts on his other stupid shows, and he makes a lot of money doing them. But we don't do that. We don't do that here. We're like, look, let's have real conversations and let's see if that is good for the LCU. If it is, then we would love some of your money. I'm honest with you guys. I'm always fucking honest with you guys. We want your money. We want you to put your credit card in the computer. We want you to take the money that you work hard for and take it away from giving it to your family and give it to us. Thank you. Okay. So the bits here aren't stunts. Yeah. Yes, Mia. I'm sorry you can't tell the difference. There is a subtlety about it, right? It doesn't mean everything we say is absolutely true when Tech says something and I'm like, shut up, I don't want to hear that. That's what I would call a bit. Okay, but if you can't tell the difference between that and this, I can't help you. You're a fucking moron.
I got a question for
yeah.
Tech here. Tech, what you've been in the LCU for a while now.
Yeah.
What would you say is the most hardcore stunt that you've had to do that you just regretted?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Thank you, Beast Man.
Man 580 super chatted $20. Morning, guys. Great show as always.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, hang on. Thank you, Beast Man, so very, very much, buddy. Thank you, Kinsey. Welcome to Cash Cow. Thank you, Jenna Poo, for your offering plate. Love you guys. We love you right back. Would you like some honey? Because your name's Pooh. It doesn't matter. The point is, I love you. Thank you.
It's you're gonna hate this answer, all right? Because it's a terrible answer.
Well, mine's a terrible answer too. Like I've done a lot of them.
I think the worst stunt I've done was I had Brantley spray me with like chocolate syrup for $3,000. So I mean,
you got $3,000 for.
Yeah, I know.
Shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like because I know you've done some crazy shit for the show. Like I recently shaved my face, but I shaved it for like $1,000. You know, like I'm doing the bare minimum. If I'm being straight up and honest about it, I don't fucking do a lot of stunts, but I will make other people do crazy shit on the shows that I'm on, and I'll take the money. I'll do that. That's
yeah.
Fine.
See, like when I say shaved, I'm like, for $1,000, you better wear the fucking the toothbrush mustache like Hitler.
No, I lost my beard and mustache for $1,000.
Oh. Mine was ketchup. All the shit I've ever done, belt to the face, shock collars, and all the other shit, I hated the ketchup. Like where somebody had put ketchup on my head and I had to wear it for the entire show. Because like every time I laid down for like 2 weeks, I smelled ketchup. No matter how many showers I took, just ketchup over and over again. It was fucking nasty.
Oh, you know what? I just realized I did it like last week. I put ramen noodles in a women's boot, and then I stepped into it.
Yeah,
and I did that for 200 gifted, I think. 200 gifted members.
Well, I'm bringing this up because you should get Iceman to do the ketchup.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I made him shave his eyebrows. I can put fucking ketchup on his face where the eyebrows were.
No, make him put it on his head, and he's got to do it early in the show. And he can't take it off to the end of the show.
Oh, I like that. I do like that. Oh, I also put noodles on my head, and then on my feet, and then I offered the chat to pay me $5,000 for me to eat the noodles. So we didn't get that far.
I'll eat the motherfucking noodles that you stepped on for $5,000.
Yeah,
Good Lord.
We almost hit it. We were almost there, Wings. It's, you know, if I can get Jaffe to agree to some stunts, Crypt can be an amazingly productive show for some moolah.
Why would I want to do that fucking show?
You want to hear my first stunt idea, Jaffe?
Sure.
My first stunt idea is you have to program a game. And as the $20 super chats come in, you have to add those characters into your game as unlockables or as power-ups or something. And by the end of the stream, you have to present your game, how far you've gotten.
Would you guys like to hear what the most celebrated holiday is in every state in America?
Not really.
Sure. I'm kind of interested. I mean, like, that's 50 states. That's going to be a long fucking
I'm not
topic.
going to. No, I'll just tell you the specific ones you ask about, right?
Okay.
So,
because what's South Carolina?
Hang on. Hey, Anonymous. Sup, Wings. Where?
At Anonymous P8V7K super chatted $23.46. Sup, Wings. Where is Kelly? Is she angry? Saw it on Breaking Banquet. Not a hater. At Larizo K super chatted $19.99. Great show this morning, gentlemen. Thanks for being the LCU brain content.
Thank you,
Laura.
Thank
Laura.
you so
It's
much.
okay. We appreciate that, buddy. And Anonymous, thank you, I think.
Yeah, like,
I don't know. Thanks,
I
Laura.
don't understand the level that people go with this kind of stuff. Like, all you heard was 3 seconds of Kelly saying, "I'm going to my mama's." and you've created this whole narrative in your head, and you're pulling at strings, and I come with you with the legit truth, and you tell me I'm a liar to my face. I bring Kelly on stream multiple times today. She's here. We're fine. There's no divorce. There's nothing happening. And yet you say, no, Wings, you're just placating us. It's like, okay. How about this? Me and Kelly are divorced. There you go. We're divorced. We're living in sin now. Now, what's the South Carolina favorite holiday?
Well, guess.
Oh, if I had to guess, it's got something to do with drinking and driving, because that's the
July.
national pastime down here.
4th of July.
It's not the 4th of July. It's Thanksgiving.
At Trippy Savage super chatted $10. I hope the next disclosure file drop has some of the energy technology they've been hiding.
I'm
The
with you,
last
baby.
Starfighter for the wheel.
Right. Yeah, put Last Starfighter on for this weekend. Trippy Savage, you goddamn right. I'm very much excited to see if this next disclosure file moves things up a little bit, then I'll take it serious. If this next one is just kind of the same as the last, which was like, then I'll like whatever. So I'm very excited for it. Absolutely. Yes. Did you get that, Tech? Last Starfighter?
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, huh? Like, I just don't see
Thanksgiving.
that one. That's bigger than Christmas?
Well, it's based on the all-time Google Trend search data. So in South Carolina, that's the holiday they search up the most. The one that's a little strange, although I get it when I think about it, is California. That's a little weird. And then Louisiana's a little weird, is what I would say. California is Lunar New Year. But we do have
Holiday?
but we have a lot of Chinese people in California, so maybe that's why. And then in Louisiana, it's Easter. Hanukkah is the biggest holiday where? In only one state, which makes sense, but I guess it'll tell you where all the Jews are hanging out. Where's the Hanukkah at? Hanukkah in New York. Yep, New York.
Yeah. You're telling me Mardi Gras is not the biggest fucking holiday in
It's
fucking
not.
Louisiana?
Well, that's not like an official holiday, so that's probably why.
Is there any state that has a weird holiday like Arbor Day?
No, the minor. Well, you do have Kwanzaa is in Hanukkah hits once. Kwanzaa hits once in is it Maryland, MD?
Yeah.
Maryland, and then my favorite holiday is Halloween. That only hits once, and that is in Utah, believe it or not. And then what's this one? Memorial Day is big somewhere, and so is
Cynthia donated
Juneteenth.
to wanting Colorado.
Colorado, you got it, pal. Independence Day is the big holiday there.
That's July 4th.
Yes, there's only 2 states that have New Year's. One of them is Nevada, Tech's old stomping grounds, and the other one is Washington State.
Can you call it Nevada? Like it's supposed to be.
Big
pronounced.
mistake. We could talk about the California primaries, but that's such a local story that most people don't.
They shot up a mosque in San Diego.
I know.
Local
I saw
story,
that
but
yesterday.
very important story.
But that's a national story. Big mistake. Yeah.
You said somebody shot at the mosque in San Diego. I've heard about this story, but like, you guys live near that vicinity. How does the vibe change?
We're
in the
not that
area?
close. We're not that close. It's downtown. So,
but I have an update to that
close.
story, Jaffe. Something that might be good to hear. Maybe I don't know if that's the right word to say. Shooting happens at the mosque. The mosque has one armed security guard. They took out the security guard, and it seems, and I think this is still being confirmed, that the reason why the shooting ended was because a neighbor across the street from the mosque heard the shots, ran towards them to try and help out, found the dead guard, grabbed his weapon, and fired upon the attackers, which caused them to flee the scene. So before they
I
can
heard
go
they
in,
killed, but they killed themselves, didn't they? The attackers.
well, they were getting shot at. I think they thought it was the cops. They didn't know who it was, but a neighbor picked up the gun from the security guard who had passed away and used it to fire upon the attackers, which I think they were like, oh, it's up or whatever. But I think it's 3 confirmed dead, I believe, and I think
I thought it was more. I thought it was more,
Yeah.
but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. Thank God. Thank fucking God.
But yeah, that
But
that
yeah.
neighbor is being praised right now in the local news as you know, 'cause California, not the most gun pro right kind of state, but this neighbor was like, it's, you know, if I can help, I'm gonna help.
California is not opposed to guns. California is like most Americans, which is to say, we don't want to ban the Second Amendment, but we would like there to be some common sense gun laws and weapons laws. And I understand all the arguments. It's a slippery slope, this, that, and the other. But look, when we've got ICE people shooting American citizens in the street for no reason, it's not like you're going to rise up against your government anyway. You had a chance, you didn't do it. Anyway, whatever.
Apparently, there was 2 gunmen.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both got they both killed themselves.
Yeah, in the car. But it's like they're so fucking young, dog. They're
Yeah.
17 and 18 respectively. And it's like they had like Nazi propaganda in their car. They had like a gas can with like the Waffen SS logo on it and
Yeah.
weapons. It's like, dude, how are you fucking this young with so much hate in your heart? Like seriously, I don't think I've ever hated
How?
anybody as much.
It's the internet, baby. That's how. Come on.
Well, I'm just saying, like you're willing to give your whole fucking life up because of hate that somebody else told you to be mad about?
Well, that's the militaries of every country in the world, right? They recruit them young because they're not old enough to be wise enough to understand that hate usually isn't the answer for, you know, like violence is not going to be the way.
So like when somebody tells me to hate somebody, whoever it is, my first question is almost always why? Why do I need to hate them? Like I want to decide for myself, do I want to hate them, right? And it's like I don't think they have that check. Like their brain just skips it. Like,
Yeah.
like okay, so you go and do this, and you do this. Like what are you accomplishing? You're accomplishing nothing. Like you're just throwing your life away.
Yeah, but you're arguing logic with people who are they're not present. You know, it's kind of like talking to that guy who called into the show the other day. You can't really engage a person like that with a real conversation, right? So you're looking for some kind of logical meeting of the minds connection, and the lights are on, but they're not home at the moment. So you're right intellectually about what you're saying, but you can't reach people like that when they're in that headspace.
Sig Matthews 4199 super chatted $20. Wings, you the man. Just remember, Terry's nothing gangster about acting tough on the internet. If these weirdos actually thought you were a bad guy, they'd be doing more than making videos.
Yep. You're absolutely right, Sage Matthews. That's what I told the guy who called in. I'm like, dude, go to the cops. But, you know, again, it's less about him and more about any of these people that follow this guy. I'm just like, what are you guys doing? If you're following him because you're a troll, okay, whatever. But if you're following him because you think he's really onto something, ask yourself why he hasn't done anything with all this evidence he has. He's grifting. He's making money. He's building a little name for himself by beating up on this, you know, guy on the internet who clearly is dealing with his shit. And that's just cruel. That's just mean. But hey, you know, your choice, baby. It's a free country, I suppose. Okay. Is that right? Wings just hasn't been caught yet. Okay. Well,
Okay, yeah, I'm such a dangerous person.
you know, again, if you have enough data, go to the cops, baby.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
please go to the cops.
Otherwise, eventually someone's going to get in Wings' head that's going to make him realize that he is being, what's the word, defamed publicly. And that is costing him money. And someone's going to get in his head that is going to say, I think it's time to file a couple of lawsuits. So, you know, enjoy that. That's all I'll say for the moment. Okay. But if you have evidence, I'm with you. I'll say to Wings' face, Wings, if I ever found out you were hurting kids, of course I wouldn't work with you, but I would help get you in jail.
That's fine.
I know it's fine, and I would expect the same from me. It's ridiculous. I tell these people all the time.
Here we go.
What happened?
Like, do you think Discovery would go well if Wings did a lawsuit? It would be fine. It'll be fine.
Yep.
like you don't think like all this other shit that you put on the internet? Like, I would let anybody in a courtroom see every bit of that to make you guys go away.
That's like people on the internet or on the Discord are like, "Oh, Jaffe's creepy." I'm like, I'll tell you what. You want to pay for it, and we can agree who does it. Let's get a forensics expert. You're more than welcome to go through my computer, compared to other people's computers, compared to your computer. If you haven't realized this by now, most of the people who are on their high horse about things are the ones who are doing it. You see it happen all the time in the news. This guy who was a candidate for this against this, that, and the other ends up, he's one of the biggest people. And I'll tell you something else. And I'm not going to get into details, but let's just say that there has been a little movement on, it hasn't been that hard knowing who some of these people are. We have dropped hints on several of the shows, and we know those people have gotten the hint that we know who they are. We found another one, and let's just say what they accuse Wings of. I'm not going to say it, but they live in a place. We know where they live now. They live in a place that you would go, that's a pretty interesting place to live if you are.
Oh, you talking about that last one?
Yeah. I mean, that's an interesting place to live, don't you think? What a strange place to buy a house.
What's that? He didn't buy a house. I'm
not going to say it because it's not my story. You can say
I'll say it. Somebody tried to log into a porno account with one of my emails, right? Which it's funny enough, is what it is. And that site, when you tried to log into an account, would send it to my email like, hey, this person tried to get into your account, and it gave me an IP address. And that IP address said the person trying to log into my account was currently in an elementary school.
Yeah.
So there was a dude sitting in an elementary school trying to log into a pornographic website.
And this guy had already had, according to his ISP provider, had already been flagged for inappropriate stuff. So ask yourself, interesting. I mean, we have, so do with that what you want, boys, but be careful with the people you're working with, who are telling you that they're the heroes. Come on now, but do with what you want. Do with it what you want.
Okay. I stepped away to pee to get that information more correct. Look, these people, I think they're fucking idiots. My name is Tech Protect, and the tech in that part of the name is not just for show. They're a little bit stupid. Like, I don't know if they know that a lot of what they're doing is traceable. Like, nah, I'm in ComSec. I found a number of other Discords they're associated with. I found a number of IP addresses they've used to access stuff before. I've been able to find how they're using additional fucking phone numbers to make these phone calls and trace it back to them. They paid a company to register an IP recently, and that company also has like an abuse line, and they've been able to give me the information they use to sign up. Even if you use a private fucking email that says, private email address at protectyourdata.com, it's not that fucking private, you fucking morons.
And for the people in the chat saying say names, we're not saying names to you.
No,
that would not be
saying it to a legal team, you motherfuckers.
Why would we say it to you? I mean, not we. It's not our case. It's Wings, but
Well, it's starting to become my.
I'm not trying to
case.
scare anybody off. Like, it's just it's annoying that we have to go this route. It's like, come on, dude, just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Like, like they're gonna want mercy when everything finally rolls downhill.
It reminds me of that Smashhead JT guy that's suing Alyssa Mercante, or she's suing him, and it's like he's just like, dude, trolls. Look, your whole footprint is all over the internet. When you talk about discovery, it's nothing. It's all permanent. So. You're right, Wings, about why some of these people don't go to the cops. They go to the cops, and the cops are going to be like, Jesus Christ, man, you've been doing some stuff that's illegal in this case. Even those guys who, even though I don't like the way they do it because someone's going to get hurt that shouldn't get hurt. Even the guys that go out and catch the actual predators on video on YouTube, those guys sometimes get arrested too because they've broken the law in terms of doing something that in their case is noble. In this case, it's not, but Briar, thank you so much for the super chat. Wings, you have many fans here. Don't let the trolls chase you away. Oh, he's not going anywhere. What are you kidding? We won't let him. He hasn't. He's not going anywhere. I demand it. Wings has been in the negative minefield for years. It's all he knows. It's his go-to. Yeah, no, it's bad. He's got a little Wings, you're a loser angel on his shoulder. And we're trying to knock it off because it's not true and it's not good and it's not healthy. Casey says, look, I'm not a fan, but I can agree that people just project their lives onto others. Why aren't you a fan of Cynthia Briar? What has she done to you? Jesus Christ, Casey. He. Now she's going to go, I didn't mean Casey. I meant you. I meant Wings. I didn't mean Casey. Bojangles, shut up. Receipts without names is pointless. It's not pointless because they're not for you. We're given the names. We have the names. We know what to do with them. Thanks very much. We don't need your help. We don't need your advice. Thank God we have these names so we can share them with the chat, some of which are the trolls themselves. Come on. Big mistake. Thank you, buddy. Have a beautiful day. Right back at you, bud.
$10. Wings is my spirit animal. Mr. God of War is the godfather of my unborn child, and Tech is Armano.
Hello, Buff. Nice to see you, buddy. Thank you for the super chat. We appreciate that. Well, who's Armano?
That means brother in Spanish, but he spelled it wrong.
Okay. Hey, buddy. How are you? Okay. My bad, Wings. I apologize, says Anonymous. You goddamn right. Put some fucking respect on that name.
7K super chatted $11.73. My bad, Wings. I apologize.
All right. What else are we talking about?
We got 3 minutes.
I'll save thee. There's an amazing story. Be careful with fingerprints. I'll tell it to you tomorrow. They're able to get your fingerprints now off photos. High-res photos. They have invented tech to, if you show your hands in a picture, you can zoom in if it's a high enough res picture, and you can get the fingerprints of anybody. That's where we're at, boys. So
but isn't that forensic technology? Isn't it like something that's mainly movies, right? Like there's DNA stuff and like that, but it takes months to like decipher if this DNA is actually this DNA.
Well, I however long it takes, it's still valuable. Right? I mean, fingerprints are still a valuable tool for forensics and detectives to solve crimes. Whether it might take a month or 2 days or 20 minutes is irrelevant. They're still using them. And if they're using them, be careful because, like, especially with celebrities now, with the paparazzi taking really high-res pictures, I'd be careful. Okay. Jaffe, help Wings put a QR code on his live for donations. I didn't help, but it takes me to page 5 help. Oh, I don't know.
On my personal channel, since I'll tell you after the stream.
Yeah, it's fine. I think I know what you mean. Yeah. All right, fellas, that has been LolCow Crypt. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for all the very generous super chats, the fun conversation. Thank you for Lisi. Thank you for Yo Mama popping up and saying hello. And thank you guys. Wings Tech, take it home, baby.
Thank you, everybody. Wings, go ahead.
Yeah. I don't got nothing. I'm sorry. I'm kind of out of it today.
Yeah, this is going to be LolCow Crypt. We're going to be sitting over to LolCow Gay, where the hosts are there to play. I have a feeling that most of the audience here is going to stick around because they love Tech Protect. Am I right, chat? Can we get ones in the chat for Tech Protect? If you love Tech Protect, see me on LolCow Gay. That's gay with a G. Gay. The redirect is in, and there's 7 more seconds of this, of us. Bye, everybody.